This is Captain Ross with 3B's Captain School. In this video, we're going to cover navigation rules of the road, rules 8 and 9. Rules of the road. This is rule 8 and 9. Rules 8 and 9 we're going to cover. Objectives for rule 8. We want to state 3 types of action that should be taken to avoid collision when action is required. State what degree of alteration in course and speed shall be taken to avoid collision. State the 3 provisions that should be made if alteration of course alone is used to avoid a close quarter situation, and state the 3 actions a vessel shall take if necessary to avoid collision or allow more time to assess the situation. All right, action to avoid collision. Any action taken to avoid collision shall be positive, made in ample time, and with due regard to the observance of good seamanship. So those are our 3 types of action that shall be taken to avoid collision. We have to make them positive, so they have to be large, ample time, and then due regard to good seamanship. And what we mean by that good seamanship is whatever action we take, we don't want that action to cause another close quarter situation with a different vessel or put us in bad water. So you got to use good seamanship when we're making these decisions on how you're going to alter your course to avoid a collision. Any alteration of course or speed to avoid the collision shall be large enough to be understood by another vessel observing visually or by radar. Small course and speed changes should be avoided. So if you've identified that you're in there's a risk of collision and you're the giveaway vessel, or you're in a situation where you need to take action, make that action large enough so it's readily apparent by the other vessel. They know exactly what you're doing. If there's enough sea room, an alteration of course alone may be the most effective, provided it is made in good time, is substantial, and does not result in a close quarter situation. So again, ample time, good time, they kind of mean the same. Positive, substantial. The action you take needs to be large enough to be visually apparent, either by radar or visually from another vessel. And then you don't want to result in a close quarter situation either with the vessel that you're taking action to avoid or with another vessel. If necessary to avoid a collision, a vessel shall slacken her speed or take all way off by stopping or backing her means of propulsion. So take all way off means you stop the vessel's forward motion. You got to back down hard enough so that you've stopped all your forward motion. Rule 9. State what a vessel proceeding along the course of a narrow channel or fairway should do. State the 2 types of vessels that shall not impede a vessel which can safely navigate only within a narrow channel or fairway. State what type of vessel shall not impede the passage of any other vessel navigating within a narrow channel or fairway. State when a vessel shall not cross a narrow channel or fairway. State 3 items that pertain to a downbound vessel when encountering an upbound vessel in western rivers. A vessel proceeding in a narrow channel shall keep to the starboard side. So when you're in a narrow channel, you want to stay as close to the starboard side of the channel as you can safely navigate. Vessel shall not impede the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within a narrow channel. If they're less than 20 meters, or sailing vessels. Fishing vessels engaged in fishing shall not impede any vessel navigating in a narrow channel. A vessel shall not cross a narrow channel or fairway if it impedes the other vessels. Any vessel shall avoid anchoring in a narrow channel. So for inland only, a power-driven vessel operating in narrow channels or fairways on the Great Lakes or western rivers and proceeding downbound with a following current shall have the right of way over an upbound vessel. This downbound vessel shall also propose the manner and place of passage. The upbound vessel with the current on their bow has much more control. Downbound vessel with the current on their stern, they don't have as much control, so they're going to propose the type of passage, when it's happening, and where it's happening. So that covers narrow channels, Rule 9. This concludes our video on navigation rules of the road, Rules 8 and 9. Please check our YouTube library for other videos.